The morning belonged to Andy Struthers and Pete Wheel in the smallest class. Despite bouncing off a fence in Aberdeen, the C2 crew were in a dominant position heading for the final stage before they unfortunately slipped off the road and got stuck in a ditch, ending their event. This paved the way for gravel newcomer Sue Hind. On her first forest event as a driver, she managed to park her 106 on a log pile in SS3. In a fantastic display of sportsmanship, two of the following crews actually stopped and lifted the car back on the road. With her husband Tom coaching her all the way, she got to the finish and scored her first class win.
Left 3 in, 150. There's a flying finish up there, Dylan.
Go, Bertie.
Concentrate. Keep it going, Bertie. Keep it going tidy. Right one and left 60 stop. Excellent. Well done.
Fuck, that felt good.
Oh, superb.
So today's been challenging for you, your first gravel event, but you've won your class today.
Yeah, I was really surprised, but really pleased. It was a really good day. We did well here, first two stages, because I'm used to tar. And then the first gravel stage, 6 corners in, we landed on a log pile. So I'd like to thank Rod Manson and the other crew, I'm not sure who they were, for lifting us off said log pile so we could keep going. Hated it until about stage 8. Was thinking that Tom, my husband, who normally drives, could drive next time. But no, stage 8 was superb, really enjoyed it, so look out Clark.
Well done.
Snowman Class 2 winner Thomas Gray had an adventurous day in the Yaris. A 6-minute visit to a ditch on SS4 was not enough to stop Gray and co-driver Ewan Jappy from securing a solid class win.
It was a bit of a poor start in the morning. There were a few issues even before the rally with suspension, and then went into stage 4 and we came into a right 8 and just put it straight off into the ditch, and it was just pure bog, so it was a fair job getting it back out. There were a lot of spectators, thankfully managed to get us out by lifting the car rather than just pushing, so we managed to get going again, but lost a good 6 minutes, so we managed to get here anyway.
So it's been a pretty eventful day?
Yeah, it's been pretty eventful. After that though, the time seemed to really pick up, so it's really good, yeah.
On their second event together, Douglas Cameron and Paul Wood scored 5th in class after a couple of mechanical gremlins slowed their progress. Snowman class winner Scott Beattie was back for the Granite. Bucking the 205 trend, the Sunbeam driver took a solid 4th in the class. Making a habit of being at the sharp end of the class this year, Simon Hay and Callum Jaffrey were once again involved in the fight for the podium places. After taking the class in the Border Counties, they had to settle for 3rd this time out. 12 seconds ahead at the finish, Stephen Belshaw had the reigning class champion Charles Blair in the passenger seat for the Granite. He guided Stephen round to 2nd in the class and 39th overall after a good day. Taking the class by 24 seconds at the finish, Donald and Scott Peacock made amends for their last stage retirement on the Border Counties after an almost perfect day.
Donald, well done today. You've won the 205s and Class 3. You must be delighted with that.
Delighted. We had a wee oil leak, a wee problem, and the last stage we had low oil pressure, but we found the dipstick had popped out a little bit, so we came it a wee bit easier, so we dropped about 12 seconds in the last stage, but it didn't matter. We had a great day out, so we fair enjoyed it.
Easily leading the C2 challenge going into SS4, Jordan Black and Harry Marchbank left SS4 with the car looking decidedly second hand. A big effort and service got the car back out, minus most of its windows, and they managed to get the car to the finish and 6th in class. Much like Scott Beattie, Colin Grant and David Law were the only rear-wheel drive crew in their class. They took 5th at the finish after a tough day for the Yellow Escort. Angus Laurie's relationship with his Corsa has been hard so far in 2015. The Granite was another hard day with serious brake problems almost forcing a retirement. Persevering, he managed to bring the car home to 4th in the class. After their ex-Gwyndaff Evans MG unfortunately burned out in a pre-Border Counties shakedown, the Tour brothers were back with the ex-Kieran Renton Fiesta R200. With a smart new colour scheme, the car looked the part, but unfortunately it wasn't driving as well. Struggling with the setup, the brothers still managed 3rd in the class at the finish. Also sporting a new colour scheme, Alex Curran and Heather Grisdale had another solid run to grab 2nd in the class for the 3rd event in a row. Consistency paying off for the Corsa crew.
Then 60, crest, 120, down. Then left 140 down over small crest. 140 down over small crest, then long right 4. 60, long right 2, tightens to long right 4. Opens, C 100. Then right 1, C 300 down. Then right 4 over crest into care, left 8, narrow bridge bump into left 9. So care left 8, narrow bridge bump, left 9. 120 up. Then right 1 over crest and crest.
Runaway winners by over a minute and a half and fantastic 20th overall, Scott Macbeth and Callum Atkinson had a great run on their way to Scott's 2nd class win of the season.
Yeah, definitely. That's a class win here, and then one at the Border Counties. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame about the snowman, but it's the way rallying goes, I guess.
How's the day been overall for you?
Yeah, brilliant. Can't fault it. Everything's fallen into place. It's been really good. Stages have been brilliant. Car's been good. Callum was great on the notes. Really good. Delighted.
So, Jim Clark, next event for you?
Yeah, we got Knockhill in between, and then Jim Clark. So yeah, looking forward to it all now. Yeah. Happy.
Class 6 was the domain of Escort legend Steve Bannister. With Louise Ray alongside, he spent the day annoying the 4-wheel drive competitors and secured top 2-wheel drive honours along with 12th overall at the finish.
Yeah, we've had a real good day. Stages have been good. Just felt like got back into rhythm again after doing a few events, and yeah, it was good, you know, to be first 2-wheel drive.
You really looked like you were enjoying yourself as well today.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, when you get onto these good stages that you can really commit to, then you know it is enjoyable. You know, and there certainly were. You know, there was some fast, really fast stuff. And then some quite technical stuff and a bit slip here and there as well. So a bit of everything really, but it was really good, yeah.
Well done.
All right then.
Leading the class championship heading into the event, Ross McDonald was on his way to extending his points lead despite this spin. Unfortunately, the Civic decided to, in his words, take a nap on the final stage, forcing his retirement. Making it to the finish and grabbing 2nd in the class points, Mark Budge and Ian McDougall were back for their 2nd event of the year after the Snowman, and made it 2 2nd class finishes so far this season. Despite having a fight with the brake setup on her Fiesta, Caroline Carslaw held it together to take her first class win of the season.
It's been good. A wee bit eventful. We had some brake bias problems, but we got them fixed for the last 2 stages. So the last 2 were probably our best of the day. We had a few wee ups and downs and tail happy moments throughout the day, but it came together in the end.
With the Escort now sporting a 2-litre engine, Greg and Chris McKnight had moved up to Class 8. After entertaining the crowds in Aberdeen, they discovered they had serious rear brake problems once into the forests. Emergency repairs and service left them with only 3 brakes for the rest of the day, and they struggled to a class win and their first finish of the year. After another tough day, Donald and Rachel Brooker managed to nurse their BMW home to 3rd in the class at the finish. After failing to finish at the border, Robert Hartness and Mike Curry had a really strong run this time out in their BMW, their pace good enough to worry the eventual class winners Keith Robotham and Callum Mackenzie. Having 2 drivers in the same car isn't always a good idea. A few cross words were shared between Keith and Callum as they headed to class victory. On Keith's first Hill Forest event in a few years, they brought their pace up as the day went on and started to get close to Steve Bannister's times by the end of the day.
Left over crest and to right 40, 1 right over crest 140, 4 right into small crest, so 4 right into small crest, 120 down. 120 down, tight 3 left, open 70.
It's been great. We've had a real good laugh all day. We've not done a gravel event for 2.5 years now, so just to get out again and have so much fun. The cars ran fine, stages were great. I thought the rally ran really well as well, so we've just had a hoot all day. Yes.
And everything just worked out?
Everything's worked out fine. We had a couple of issues because Callum's not navigated for years. He's normally driver here. I've not driven on the gravel, so there were some issues, but between the 2 of us we muddled through and we got to the end, and it's really nice to win the class as well.
Well done.
Thank you.